Today, I am at CrossFit White Bull Brussels with Bo and you, coaches and owners of the box. Grab your mat ball, your protein shake, and get comfortable because you are about to know a method that goes way beyond just lifting weights. It's a way of working, focused on mental resilience, physical strength, and personal development.
I was started as an artist. I've always been into sports, but I started as an artist, and so I did theatre and music for a long time. I was in a band for a long time. And studied journalism, communication at university, language and literature. And then I discovered CrossFit 10 years ago, and so my sort of heart shifted a bit. I was still into music and acting, but also really into CrossFit and sports. My dad is Chinese British, and my mom is Swiss French. But I grew up and lived in Belgium almost my entire life.
But then 10 years ago you started doing CrossFit, or then you immediately started?
No, I started CrossFit, just CrossFit, and then started coaching, I think it was five years ago. 6 days ago, Riz. Hey!
Sorry.
You went running?
I hated him before because I was always beating my score. But then when we met, I think we had a strong bond, and then with COVID, we got even closer. And that's how we met.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. You are from Brussels?
I'm French, but I moved in Brussels in 2014 for work. I stayed until 2018, then I went to live in Lisbon for a bit more than a year.
Então você falou.
Falou um pouco.
Okay.
And then I came back. Randomly, I didn't plan to come back, but Brussels attracted me. I did CrossFit as an athlete. When I lived in Lisbon, I did my level 1 because I felt pretty lonely there. Didn't have really a sense of purpose. And I thought, okay, how can I make my life a little bit better? So I decided to do my level 1. And the box that I was training there, I was a very good friend of the owner, so he gave me the chance to coach there. And then I came back here. Took maybe a bit of time before I started coaching there, and then there was COVID. But I think when we reopened, I was full on coaching here. But it really went step by step, exactly the same as you, I think. Over the span of 2016, when I first started CrossFit, and 2024, when we opened the box, it was a very linear evolution, athletes doing the open, taking the level 1, starting coaching, taking the level 2, and then the opportunity to take over a box. It happened over 8 years, so it's not like it happened over...
So tell me more about the box. Okay. Do you do together the workouts? How do you focus on different needs, different levels?
It's a good question. We do the programming ourselves, work in cycles of 6 weeks with always an emphasis or a certain, target for each cycle. So we start, for example, we will do a cycle that focuses more on cardio or on endurance, and then we'll have a cycle that's more on strength and weightlifting, and then we'll have gymnastics. So we always try to stick to the sort of CrossFit methodology, which to us is, I would say the most efficient in the world, but one of the most efficient in the world. So always to keep that CrossFit spirit of always varied movement, high intensity, functional fitness, but trying also to bring other elements of our what we do as well and what we think can really bring something to the table. I think over our experience as athletes and as CrossFitters for 8-10 years, you can never go at 100%, and there's this notion of yes, 40 you need fitness, but it's not just about killing yourself every day in a workout, and you will improve, but it's also about understanding how to move efficiently, with purpose. And that's why, for example, today I slowed it down, because I think people always want to rush into things. It's so important to work isometrically, to slow down, to work on the quality of movement, and to mix it up, and that's also how you evolve. And I think this feeds into our holistic approach with White Bull, which is what we wanted when we started this box, to have a holistic view of this. Because for the members, when you have big clusters of 18 people, everyone at different levels, of course, they are going to improve and they're going to be efficient with just a normal CrossFit class. But where you can really make a difference, I think, is having these moments in class when you slow it down. You can work on some on some functional movements. You can work on some strength. You can work on various like technique and skills that will allow everyone will have different levels, but everyone will find something that they can improve, work on 1% at a time, day by day. And it's a long process. It's never like a sprint. And I think that's something that we really try to communicate with our members, because of course when you start you're like, oh, this is amazing, I want to go through it.
I want to do by myself.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hang on, slow down, calm it down. There's a lot of first steps that you need to get there if you want to do it properly without getting injured, and think long term and longevity, and not just like go into it like head down.
Yeah, no, I don't have much to add. I think the key word that he said is that we're trying to be holistic.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what did you ask him?
So by nature, CrossFit is holistic in a way that it already encompasses all the physical attributes, the 10 general physical capabilities: endurance, strength, power, speed, whatever. But what we mean by holistic is we don't want to make people fitter and stronger. We want to make them happier. So we also organize as much events as we can to bring the community together. We want people to come here not just to work out, but to meet their friends and have a place outside work and home where they can be themselves and thrive. We try to educate members as much as we can about nutrition, about sleep. Mental health is very delicate. Okay, we're not health professionals or mental health professionals, but yeah, by doing those events in the community, I think we do contribute to this.
So then if you take care about your nutrition, your physical activities,
the rest will follow.
It tends to be a mental health.
Exactly, the rest will follow. And that also correlates to the way we program the workouts. So we take CrossFit, which is, like I said, by nature takes a lot of components, but we also are very curious about other methodology and try to implement things from different inspirations that we have, whether it's functional bodybuilding or calisthenics. Of course, high rocks at the moment is a big topic. And we always try to make everything works together. Yeah. This holistic approach, I think, is what describes White Bull the most.
So, how is the community? Do you have a lot of people from abroad, or do you have a lot of tourists? You are also a mix of a lot of nationalities.
Yeah. If anything, I think White Bull is the united color of Benetton's, whatever the name is of Brussels. I think it's one of our main characteristics and main strengths that we have such a diverse community from everywhere around the world, and because we're close to European institutions, we have a lot of expats, a lot of bureaucrats. Obviously, also because some of the boxes in Brussels are mostly French-speaking, so our main sort of tutoring language is English. So it also makes it easier to attract, to be inclusive with international people. We have a lot of drop-ins as well, a lot of people just visiting that come and train here, that feel welcome and feel comfortable.
I definitely felt
Cool,
really
amazing,
well.
thank you.
I'm very friends of Attila.
Yeah, exactly, I'm not surprised. Exactly. And even with Urban Sports Club, actually, we have a lot of, because now it's starting to pick up, obviously in Berlin, I think it started in Germany, in Berlin. But for us, we actually get a lot of Germans, but we get a lot of Urban Sport Clubbers now. So it's a nice addition to CrossFit.
Including regulars.
Including regulars that come like
nice
every week.
It's nice to see.
Yeah.
We're a Belgian box, we're based in Brussels. But we have only, I would say, 20-25% of Belgians, and 75% are French, Italian, Greek, Spanish, Portuguese, Brazilians, you name it. We have one of our most iconic members is a couple of 60 years old Brazilians.
Oh, that's nice.
And they started with us 2 months after we opened. They come 4 times a week, almost every day of the week at 6:30 a.m.
Every morning as well. Yeah.
I wanted to know what is the most powerful part of being coach. I think, okay, I said to you that this sport has the power to really change not just your physical body, but also your mindset. Right? So what I feel is that I'm able to overcome all situations in life because like, when you are doing the workout, sometimes it's a torture. Because what the fuck I'm doing with myself, and then when you finish it, like
Having that mental strength to push through and then get it done.
And I imagine as coach is even more powerful to really see people like growing and becoming more strong.
It's pretty much defining our lives now when we're committed to this box and to this new life. You know, it's as you say, we experienced it ourselves. You know, that power that it has on your life, mentally, physically, emotionally, and how positive and amazing the impact is, you know, on ourselves. And so, like, okay, let's start, you know, spreading this good news as coaches. And then now we can do it as box owners, which is even more of a gift. But like, I think as a coach and as an owner, yeah, it's seeing how people become almost better versions of themselves and happier versions of themselves through the physical exertion, but also through the community spirit, through the doing something that has an impact on your everyday life, whether it's your interpersonal connections, whether it's your family life, whether it's your job. You know, people, I think we and more we live in a society where people are isolated. There's a lot of stress. Work is, you know, is what it is. And with the state of the world, let's say, you can easily be lost or feel that, okay, well, what am I doing? What's my purpose? You know, and having something that, you know, pushes you forward and where you come out of this, and you know, even if you come here feeling down, feeling like nothing is working, you come out of here usually smiling, happy, you know, in a good mental place. You can spread sort of like the positive vibes and the endorphins to everyone around you. So I think as a coach, seeing this and seeing people thrive and connect and just be healthier and happier. I mean, ultimately all we're doing is trying to fight, you know, the sort of existential, you know, what we're all facing in the end, and it's trying to live longer, better, healthier, fitter, happier, all this put together. So it's perfect.
It's an amazing feeling to be a coach, and every coach is different. I think some coaches they thrive, or they feel accomplished and purpose, and they feel a sense of purpose by forging elite fitness, you know, and making good athletes even better, and sending people to the games or to competitions. The goosebumps that I get is when people are, you know, able to do their full squat, or they come to us and say, you know, like, thanks to White Bull, you know, I have a family, or, you know, I feel much better in my body, much stronger, I have much more confidence in myself. I think those feedback, for me, are even more powerful than, you know, helping an athlete go from 90 kilo snatch to 100 kilo snatch. I'd rather, I think the biggest moment in my coaching career was when it was the very beginning. And there was a new member that started, and I was a very young coach, and he couldn't squat. Like, the first time he tried to go below parallel, he fell.
No mobility?
Yeah, no mobility, no strength in the posterior chain, he fell. And after 6 months, I don't know, I had this realization, and I was seeing doing wall balls, like he was flying, you know, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like that person became so much fitter in 6 months, and I contributed to that. You know, the thought of changing people's life, I think, is incredibly rewarding. And of course, we're a tool in people's life. We're not the reason they're getting better. But even if it's like a 1% help, I think, I don't think there's anything better. We're also lucky we have incredible members, people that are doing incredible things, from helping countries in Africa to build wells and to bring water to people working in international relations with crazy responsibilities. And those people, they are really, really stressful jobs, and they often tell us, you know, if I wouldn't be able to come here and stress and unstress and relax, I wouldn't be able to do my job. And we're like, yeah, that's really cool to hear.
But good people attract good people.
No, I agree. I mean, and that's why.
It's
No, but that's why I think it's like when we get new members, they feel that sense of, you know, they feel welcome. There's how do you say, like positivity and kindness in the box, and because our members they're all very welcoming, like you experienced it today. When there's a drop in or a new member, everybody's talking to him or her, and I think that's the one thing that I'm the most proud is the people that we have in the box, the members.
Thank you. Open mic.
Open mic, yeah. Anyone visiting, come to White Bull. We'll welcome you with open arms.
You talked about drop-in when we have people coming for a drop-in or a week. We always like to give recommendations as well to what to go in Brussels. I think that's
mostly he's the expert as to like
so
restaurant.
if you want a good sweat session and good restaurant recommendations, how did you come with this? Because I love the idea when you told me about it, to have a blog and having this kind of resource for people traveling where to go. I love the idea.